Good appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I, right here, am Richard, and this whole thing around us, why that's LMTDTMFFR. Or, say it with me now, limited time offer. No vowels. And how? How are you doing this appropriate time of the day? Right here, why I am doing pretty good today. And yeah, um, we are here to do something different today. As I got a package yesterday. Huzzah! It's an exciting package. It was a Kickstarter that I went in on. If I was smart, I would have queued this up to say, "Hey, look, we can see the thing that I did." But no, I'm not smart, and I haven't put up the browser source ready for anything. No, 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 no. Never mind. It was a Kickstarter to do with the Tomb Raider series of games. Although this was an epic Tomb Raider adventure across an action-packed board game. It's called The Crypt of Chronos, and I received that package yesterday, and I figured, I might as well open it live on air, so to speak. So yeah, there's that. And oh no, I can't do that quickly. Whoop! If I do that, then I can show it off, or not that. No, that's not going to work, is it? Ah, I thought I can just add a browser, but no, I can't just add a browser. What I can add instead is a window capture. There we go. And then if I say this one, pow. There we go. Now you can see all of the exciting things that I can see, except you can't see them. Oh, if I was prepared for this, then, it wouldn't be my regular stream. But hey, there we go. That's really not working out quite so well as I want it to. Never mind. All right, well, whoop, over we go. We can see that quickly. Here we are. How is that actually coming through? I hope that's coming through. Yeah, all right, there we go. This is it. Oh, let's look at the campaign quickly. Here we are. Yes, as I say, I've received the gift now, so it's unfinished. It's unfinished. It's finished. So it will be coming to retail, so you can back it there. But yeah, you can't really get in on the Kickstarter anymore, alas. But yeah, it says it's a solo and a multiplayer game. I really don't think it's a multiplayer game. I think it's just solo because you control Lara, and then the other person was supposedly going to also control Lara. Like you both make the decisions on what Lara does for her turn, which really doesn't sound like a multiplayer game to me at all. It's not very good to have there. So yeah, that's what we've got here. And as we go through the stuff that I've got in my box, which is all of this stuff because I got this one, the Tomb Raider. We'll see how they do, and I'll try and explain how the game works to the best of my very very limited ability. But yeah, look, I mean, it's interesting that you see that sort of pyramid-esque sort of thing, or at least slanted bit for the Tomb Raider. There, that logo. That logo is no longer the Tomb Raider logo. They got rid of that logo, and it's a different thing now. But hey, there we go. And that 20 to 180 minutes, one plus players. No, just one player with two game modes, which is interesting. And then yeah, you explore stuff by going around, and then you go into a map, and then you have combat, and then there are traps to overcome and puzzles to solve. And you can do research and craft things. Not craft things, you can craft them. Good old Tom Brader, yes, Tom Brader. And yeah, you've got to do it within time. That is generally how solo games work. You have a time limit. A lot of them are. And look, there are bosses. How unsurprising. Look, it's Natla. I don't know that her name was Natla Queen, was it? It was Jacqueline Natla. That was the name that she went under when she was hiding, when she was pretending to be an ordinary human. But yeah. All right. Well, I'm not sure exactly how well this will work because obviously I've only got the one camera set up here, and I'm not sure how it will work. But yeah, we'll have a look at the stuff, and I will open it here, and we'll see what's going on. And we're going to start with the thing that was easiest to get. Well, while I've opened the box, I will say I can sit here in the background. I haven't opened up the contents of any box. I just checked to see that everything that was meant to come with it came with it. I'm going to start with, oh, that would be easier. It's rolled up the wrong way, but it's a giant playmat. Pow! He said, holding it up, and they're not sure. Look, it's bigger than my head, obviously. Tries desperately to see, and I'll just bring it forward so we can see. Look, there are little spots on it for all of the individual decks of cards and things, and that bit over there, that's for the 4x4 grid that will be the game or the map of the area that you are in. So, you will do all the fun, exciting stuff on there. And then there's spaces for all of the different cards and stuff. And then right at the bottom, he said, wobbling it all out. There we've got space for the crafting resources and Lara board. He said, not quite being able to hold it all up in the right way. But yeah, there we go. That bit there. There, where the words are written there. So yes, we have a big old cloth. It's a neoprene mat, not a cloth. Yeah, everything, as far as I can tell from the little that I have looked at it, is spelt correctly. So huzzahs for that. There's no horrible spelling mistakes on there. So that's a good thing. And the artwork on it is quite evocative of like a big old island for Lara to explore, as you saw before. There's like the snowy bit at the top, and then there's sort of a desert, and there's jungle around the outside, and crypts and things. And I haven't done the things, EIEIO or anything.
Richard's just redeemed T-shirt.
I will do those immediately, actually. And T-shirt, C-shirt. You want to see the T-shirt, do you? Can you lock Winston in the freezer? I don't know. I haven't opened the Croft box. Winston is a miniature that we got with it. You've got a custom one that you've been using for Star Wars Rebellion for a neoprene map. I never know how much like they actually add to anything because they're there and they take up a lot of space when maybe you could do it more efficiently with just the decks, etc. But yes, I have forgotten. I have forgotten that. First, I'm going to do the last thing first, which is the T-shirt, which says, "Get us in, Luther. We aren't going to hell." Yes, I mean maybe we could go to hell. I guess if Lara went to hell, she would probably be trying to get some sort of relic from it. I mean, the supernatural and I mean, maybe gods exist in her universe because we've got like she died in the original Tomb Raider timeline while facing off against a god. Maybe not a god, I don't know, but it was there, yeah. But I have not done the other things, which were EIEIO. Old MacDonald, he had that farm, and I was forced to say vowels. EIEIO. Or I'm certain I have done it the other way as well. I'm going to do IE. Oh! Yes, because that's an example. Do you know the difference between EG and IE? EG is one of many examples, and IE is here is the specific example. Did you know that? I don't know if you know that. Oh, maybe you did know that. But that's not it. Travelling today for the 3-day weekend. Why have you got 3 day? Oh, because Of course, you've got a 3-day weekend because it's July 4th, isn't it? It's America Day with America, celebrating America, woo America, etc., etc. So yes, of course, you will have a extra holiday day because the 4th falls over the weekend. So yeah, I also need to do swiveling. Whee! Woo! Excitement of swivels. Have you missed that? Have you missed that? Hydration, loud noises, and stretching. Well, I will do a stretch immediately. Because I need that. Burn down America Day with fireworks. That's a good day.
Just redeem, sit on it and swivel.
Again? Oh my goodness. Alright. I will do another swivel. I will swivel in the other direction. Woo! Just because, I don't often do that. What? No, more? Are you going to make me hydrate again?
Just redeemed, hydrate.
No! Alright, okay, I will hydrate again as well. Everything is off cooldown. And then the loud noises. No! What? I thought I was caught up.
Znith just redeemed, make me say a vowel.
Why? That is the vowel. Why? Why? Will the redeems ever end? Why? I think they will eventually. I mean, I could always go in and turn them off if I really wanted to. But I don't want that. I don't want to deny you the pleasure of watching me turn around and swivel on the spot for no reason. For a reason that you make me do. But yeah, why? Why would I prevent you from having the fun that you deserve? Why indeed? Why would anybody stop that sort of thing? They would have to be some sort of horrible monster if they did. They have 239 consonants. That's a lot of redeems. Yep, it is a lot of stuff that you could do. And yes, the loud noise in honor of Lara and her in honor of the Tomb Raider unboxing that I'm going to do. I guess the loud noise is just no, because that's what she says in the first game when you try to use something in a place where you're not meant to use it. It's just no, no. It's not particularly loud, but it's definitely a noise associated with this. No. Unfortunately, there was nothing mentioned in the Kickstarter about having a little electronic voice box thing where you could just push a button when you try to do something in the board game, and it would just say no. Well, there we go. I wonder if the cheats still work in the remake. I don't know. The step left, step right, turn around, jump forwards or jump backwards, which causes you to explode, or was a level skip in the in the first game and then caused you to explode in the second game because they were messing with you. I don't know. I don't think it will work on the board game. I mean, maybe it will. Maybe if I could use movement to do that, that would be great. But let us start by looking at these boxes and seeing what we've got. Okay, well, the main box is at the bottom of this pile. So I guess we're going to look at that last. Because that is the smart thing to do. What we start with here is... Pow. Oh, look at all that reflecting glory on there. It's the Legendary Bosses box. We have a Centaur. Is that the Minotaur? There's a Minotaur in there, yep. Man, I'm going to open this box so that the reflections don't impede, so we can see better without the reflections, yeah? He said, and then went, where is the best way to open this box? I have scissors. So I guess I will cut along the opening bit. The only bit of the box with a hole in it. But yes, we've got legendary enemies, not just regular enemies. Where this is a let's see if I have the thing. This is an add-on for the game, or it wasn't. I bought the ultimate, or sorry, there were two levels, and one was called the Crypt of Chronos, which is the name of the game, and the other one was called the Tomb Raider, and it added in all of the expansions and things that they were hoping to get. And this one, if you were looking to buy it, no. £8, I think it said. No, nope, definitely not. That was just the box itself. This is £20 for legendary bosses. 4 legends of Greek mythology in a boss pack designed to push your skills, strategy, and courage to the limit. I have removed the plastic. Now, I have opened the box. Let's see what we got inside, he said. Ooh, ooh. Let's get a better look at some of these. Yep, it's a Minotaur with a giant hammer, ready to smash things with the hammer, and in no other way. And in the back, also included are... Oh, this is going to get the glare again, isn't it? Yep, we've got the cards for the bosses. Where the Minotaur happens to be the top one. There you can see, 25 health. That's what this little tracker, and after he attacks, roll the enemy die, and 1 to 2. Melee disabled for the next lower phase. 3 to 4. Weapons disabled for the next lower phase. 5 to 6. Minotaur takes 2 damage. So he could injure himself. And I think it's got 3 movement, or 3 range, maybe? And then 4... I don't know exactly. 3 range? No, can we see this properly? That's better. 3 range. 4 damage. And then... No, maybe that's the range, isn't it? That's where you are, and that's the range you can hit. Like, only 1 square right in front of you. Minotaur. Yeah. And up here... I don't know if you can see that. It says 5. That's the maximum amount of life it can lose in a single turn. It's 5. Yeah, alright, let's have a look at the rest of the things. Yeah, here we go. We've got... Come on. Do I need to do that? Yeah, we've got a centaur. Stop focusing on my face. Yes. And it's got a big old spear ready to throw at us. No, that is not. Oh. Do you fit in? Which way? Huh. Interesting. It doesn't quite... No, it does go back in. Centaur. Yeah, there you go. So you can see up here, it's got a range of 2 with its attack. The space it's in, and then 2 on the other side. Rather than the red, he moves and attacks twice per enemy phase. Oh, no. And then, yeah, he's got 4 movement and 2 damage. I guess that's what those 2 things at the top there are. Oh, horrible, horrible. There we go, no. This has only got 20 health, not 25. So there we go. Minotaur. I do not know. Stupid times. I'm starting to feel tired, heading to bed. Well, you enjoy your sleep. Nobody should be denied that. And then we've got... But we have... a chimera. Go on, focus on that. With 3 different heads, and then obviously my head as well. And then the horrible, horrible stingy tail at the back there. And what can the Chimera do? He said, trying desperately to work out how to put it back into the box where it came from. No, that's the wrong way round. There we go. When attacking, choose which head to target. When a head is defeated, the stat reduces. Oh, I see. Alright, okay. So I don't know if you can see, but over here, it's got 5 movement, and then if you do 6 damage to it, it goes down to 2. So yeah, you can stop it from being there. Oh my goodness, a range of 3 on the attack itself and 3 spaces in front of it. You can reduce it to just the space in front of it. Wow, look at that. Chimeras all over the place. The Chimera, yeah, that's what it does. Yes, it can only take 5 points of damage in a single. It might be a single attack rather than a single turn. I cannot recall. But yeah, you've got the goat, the lion, and the dragon heads to be defeated in the Chimera. And last, but by no means least, we have the deadly. Come on, Gorgon. Not Medusa, but just a generic Gorgon. Ooh, yes. Something that can turn you to stone with merely a glance. Interesting. I'm just noticing that on all of them, there's, I was going to say, a log. See, that bit. And then that one's curled around a log, but it's not a log. It's a, and there, you can see she's curled around a log. But it's not a log, it's a column that has fallen over. Because it's got, like, a base, and then a flared bit, and then more going up there. So, man, they're all in this ruined place, aren't they? Nobody decided to move out and get a nice house somewhere else, did they? They all decided to do that, and that's on all 4 of the bases there. So, I don't know. Maybe rent prices are really high over there in this island of Chronos, I guess. And what have we got with a Gorgon? Oh, she's got 3 movement and 3 attack. He said, trying desperately to get it to highlight on there. Come on. Just about. You can attack only 1 space in front of you. It's only got 10 health, but you start hidden. While you're spotted, you can't move. Once you deal damage, you change to hidden and roll the enemy dice placed on that spawn point. No other enemies can spawn. An enemy should spawn. Instead, you make noise. Right, so that means that she can track you and find you and find you down there. Is this going to become a miniatures painting stream? Absolutely not. I am terrible at that. Oh, on there. Look, it says on the back, boss. So yeah. I could not paint. Maybe I could paint to save my life if I was really sufficiently motivated. But beyond that, I don't think I could. I don't really have the patience for doing that sort of stuff. Oh, he said, having seen, look, on the side of it, Lara being menaced by the Gorgon there in a Crypt of Chronos' box. And also, things that came with it, which I don't know if I can do this. Got a packet of extra things. Let's have a look. The rules and instructions on how to use them, I assume. How to use, yep, that's what that says. How to use, I'll cover over the word how, but I assure you it says how and not cow to use. Yes, and it's got some clarifications. Just so that you know what's going on. That's cool. And then on the back, it's got a list of achievements. Like, give him the hoof, defeat the centaur. And when you do that, you tick off one of these on the back. And then when you've done 3 achievements, you can open up this and get a relic from inside it. And then, as you can see, it's got 6 and 9 as well. So we've got a bunch of exciting relics that you can unlock as you progress through the game. Or, I think they're meant to unlock and stay unlocked for ever. Like, once you have done it once, you don't have to unlock them in your next game. Although maybe that would be a good way of doing things. I don't know how often you will face a legendary boss, for instance. Like, maybe it's only once per game, rather than every few levels. So, yeah. But I'm not opening those now. I'm going to open the relics and things as I play. But, I don't think that will be shown on stream, because I don't really know. How heavy is the box? I mean, I can lift it with one hand. This particular box, it's not very heavy at all. It's lighter than a 1 kilogram packet of rice. Well, lighter than a 1 kilogram packet of anything. But it's just that is what I've currently got. I know. I have another thing which is right next to me. And it happens to be rice as well, as I've just mentioned rice. Lighter than the 220 grams of Ben's original Mexican-style rice that I happen to have to hand right next to me. So lighter than that. Very, very light indeed. I would say probably a little, maybe over half of that, but not by much. So yeah, that is, it's very light. And similarly, this is the Croft mana box, including Winston, includes Winston miniature. So we'll have a look at that right now. That one, however, is heavier than that. Still not as heavy as 220 grams of rice, but heavier than the Legendary Bosses box, which is interesting. Because I don't think this one has only got the 1 miniature in it. I guess it has tiles, though, because this is tiles to build Croft Manor and play in Croft Manor. So, yeah. So, let's open this next one and see. And how heavy is the whole package? 1.36 kilograms, I believe, was the weight that the Royal Mail and stuff had on it. So yeah. I mean, can I check that, or have I shut that page now that I don't need it anymore because I have received it? FedEx mailing robot. If I look at FedEx tracking, it tells me that it was. No, you don't have. Oh, they've delivered it. So now they don't have any record of it being in their system. No, there we are. No, wow. I have no idea what I was talking about with 1.36. That seems that must have been something else that I was receiving. It says instead 5.15 kilograms. Man, 5.15. Yeah, I guess 1 is very light. 5.15. All right. Well, now we have Croft Manor box unshinied. Ooh. We got the same Lara in the same pose as on the legendary bosses thing. No, there she is being menaced by a centaur, and there she is being menaced by a Polaroid. No, I come from a time long ago when there were Polaroids. I can't age like this, she says. And on the back, defend Croft Manor. Return to Lara's ancestral home in the gripping epilogue adventure when danger strikes at the heart of everything she holds dear. Well, and then there's more, but I'm not going to read all of it. We've got 9 double-sided tiles. 1 Butler Mini, 1 weapon card, 1 outfit card, 2 ability cards, 5 relic cards, and 1 adventure book. Okay, well, let's have a look. Well, to start with, we've got our adventure book. I'm just going to have a quick flick and see if there's anything. It's like, okay, yeah, it's got all of the stuff in there, which tells you how to build the various things. There you are. There's just a quick look. You build it up out of the tiles you've got. And on the back, we've got more achievements for unlocking stuff and clarifications on rules. Oh, there's a revolver. That's what one of the clarifications is of. Here we are. Here's our boy Winston. My fingers. He is not climbing over some sort of column. And yes, boss rush mode was there. There they are. Look, he's carrying his tray of whatever. What's on his tray? Oh, count them, 2 cups for tea, a teapot, and I assume that's something for milk? But it's a tiny little thing that could be a jug. Can't really tell. But yeah, alright. Alright, we have a bunch of tiles. I wonder if they're all different tiles or whether, like, tiles 2 and 4 are the same, for instance. If tiles 2 and 4 are now the same, that does not mean I saw anything earlier, or I can predict the future. But you know, you could send me all your monies now, and maybe I could tell you how to get in contact with your dead loved ones. No? All that sort of thing. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just checking that I've got all of them. Yep, they're all separately numbered. That's great. They're pretty thick. And they're double-sided. And they've left little pieces of cardboard all over my desk. Just, you know, the tiny little endy bits. There, you can see that on my finger. Just that tiny little, like a little sliver, where the stuff at the end has come off. Yeah, there we go. Let's have a look at. Let's have a look at all the insides. There's another one. And another one. I wonder if we're going to get any. No. Nothing here that is like especially like an Easter egg or anything that I see. Yeah, there we go. Oh, maybe on there. A variety of different things she might have collected over the years. Also, it's her bedroom. Or at least there's a bed there. Maybe she's got beds in every room so that she can just collapse whenever she wants. That's cool. Not sure I really recognise anything immediately. I mean, there's an Ankh, obviously, down there in the bottom corner. I don't know. No freezer. No, we haven't looked at the last one yet. No freezer in there. And as I said, they're double-sided. But I think the outside is just... Yeah, they're all just... here's just a random one. Walls, a path. Or maybe that's not a wall. Maybe that's... I don't know. Path, walls, and grass. Just like that. There's no... or a hedge, I guess, rather than grass. There's nothing special on any of them. Yeah, see... no Easter eggs to be spotted on those. Just more of the same. Well, there we go. And then we've got the packet of the new ability card. Let's have a look. We can learn. What abilities can we learn in here? A new outfit. And that outfit is... the training gear. Yep, a classic. There we go. You may spend 1 resource to convert a broken... A thing into a success. An almost success into a success. Then we've got a revolver. Well, it's interesting it's only got 4 bullets in a revolver, but alright, okay. And then we've got 2 actions. Brace and build. Which you can... I don't know. I guess you can mix them in with the regular stuff. I mean, that makes sense. And not just reserve them for here. And then we have 3, 6... Oh, I covered over that. 6, 9... And then I've got another 3 and another 6. Is that correct? I should have 5 relic cards, which I have. Cool. I mean, it makes sense that it's not 3. 1, 2, 3. Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously you're meant to mix them in, but there's only 8 survivor things here. So 3, 6, 9. I would never be able to open the 9 if I was only able to do them here. So I guess I don't know. I don't know. Do you go, right, I've got 3 packets of 3 and 1 packet of 6. So I choose which of the 3 packets to open when I get to 3, and then do I spend those 3 in order to do it? Or is it like you have reached 3, you may open up all the 3 packets? Or is it you have 3, you could spend those 3 and open a 3 packet, or you could wait until you get 6? You saw it, and assuming you did a suggestion about putting the relic cards in with the other cards and stuff. I haven't looked entirely at the suggestions and things that have been going on. Or I haven't really... I think I have read the updates they've been putting out, where I think that was one of the suggestions. But I haven't really been taking it in because I didn't have the package, so I didn't really... I do better with looking at the thing and manipulating it at the same time as... reading the updates and telling me what I should be doing. But that is the entire contents of the Croft Manor. 9 tiles, 2 abilities, a new gun, a new outfit, and most importantly, a Winston. Oh, I haven't put the thing in. Let me just quickly look. Nope, there is no achievement which says lock Winston in the freezer. Alas. There is, however, an achievement that says watch Winston get attacked by a boss. So cool. We're sacrificing our minions in order to get an achievement and unlock a new relic. Watching you get attacked by that boss has found me this new gun, or whatever the relic is. Maybe it's a trident. I don't know. Woo! All right. Well, there is one more box to look at before we open the main box, and that is I'm gonna take off the plastic first of all with this one. There we go, and that is the dinosaur enemies. Rah! Staple of the genre. Take that, Chris Barry. Yes, Chris Barry should indeed take that. All right, what have we got? What dinosaurs have we got here? Because I did not really look. Oh, well, I can tell, at least from the outside, we got a T-Rex and a Dilophosaurus, and then I presume raptors. Yes. And is that it? Are there only 3 different types of enemy here? I don't know. Let's have a look. 4 enemy minis, 1 boss mini, 4 event cards, 1 boss card, 3 relic cards, and 1 rule sheet. So aren't we lucky there? All right, well, let's start with the boss mini because I should have got out Winston so we could compare it. But this, I assume, is the T-Rex. Look at it. It's coming to nom on you. Nom, 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 nom. Nope, not that good. It's stepping over some rocks. There's no there's no column there for it. It doesn't live in the ruins apparently. Yeah, I'm trying. There's a little bit of flexibility in it, like, but not much. So try not to bend your minis when you get them. Oh, T-Rex has the tiny hands, and they're like, can I get it? Yeah, they're separated, so I can rip and tear. And what are the others we got? Yeah, okay, so we've got. Yeah, these are just the same sculpts. Oh, no, there we go. My headphones turned off because I couldn't hear any. It's not. No sound has come through. It's just me talking. So yeah, yeah, we got 2 of the exactly the same sculpt. They're both the same. The Dilophosaurus this is, and then looks like the same for the raptors. Yeah, they're identical. The 2 different raptors here. Clever girls, indeed. They'll get us. Ooh, look, secrets. The number 16 is printed on the bottom of them. I mean, that's obviously to do with manufacturing process and not a secret at all. But hey, there we go. All right. I have these cards. Which are meant to be mixed in with all the other things because these are the spawn cards. Here we are. I've got. There we go. Oh. Dinosaurs, standard enemies. That tells you how they move when you're playing standard, and then on the back of them, focus advanced enemies, raptors and Dilophosauruses. So they have different abilities if you're playing on advanced. And honestly, I really think I can't think of a reason to play just with a standard set of enemies. I mean, maybe it's just because it'll be easier and it leads you into the game. But no, straight for the advanced enemies. That's what I want. Then we got four event cards to spawn in enemies, and they all just say are they all the same? They are. They all just say enemy spawns, and enemy spawns on the other side as well. They're just 4 new enemy spawns cards, all with the same art and everything else. And on the back, event and invaded. I know that you go through the deck once, and once you've gone through the deck with the events, then you flip it upside down and you're invaded. So yeah, interesting. I did not see a boss card there. I hope that is in the next one and not here, because that would be a problem. Yeah, there it is, immediately on the back. Dinosaurs. And what have we got? What have we got? Let's open them up and have a look. Alright, we have more how to use reference sheets, which opens out, showing you the contents, and dinosaur enemy achievements. And there is one right at the top there, I don't know if you saw. He said, called Clever Girl, defeat a raptor. Excellent. Oh, T-Rex. Get killed by the T-Rex. Alright, okay, interesting. I guess you can't... Well, no, because when you die, you come back later on. Complete an adventure book mission with dinosaur enemies in your event deck. And that gets you the achievement. Fossil Fuel. Ooh, fun. Yeah. Oh, it tells you how to use them. Remove 2 wildlife and 2 protector enemy spawn events from the deck. Replace them with the 4 dinosaur spawn events. There we go. We've got the T-Rex boss card. Same as all the others on the back, so you don't know what's coming. And then you go, rah! It's a T-Rex. She moves towards whoever is closest, you or enemies. When she reaches an enemy, she eats it and recovers their health as her own. Oh, well, I guess I want to shoot everybody down as quickly as possible. 18 health, losing a maximum of 5 per turn. Come on, focus. Camera? No? Alright. 3 movement, 3 attack. And then more! 3, 6, 3, 6, 9. Opening relics. And yeah, it should have 3 relic cards, so yeah. Cool. And there we go. That is everything that is contained in the boss. The dinosaur enemies box. Not boss. Now, if I can just put these back in, and we can move on to the big box. There was one extra that I did not purchase. Well, no, there are 2 extras that I did not purchase for this game. I did not buy the... he said, and then went, no, I did not buy the 8-inch Lara statue that could possibly have been purchased with this. I didn't have any use for it anywhere, so you know that didn't get put in here. So, all right. Oh, what I was gonna do, I'll keep the dinosaurs out of the thing, so we compare like how big the T-Rex is to Lara or an enemy, just to see what was going on. And I was going to say I didn't get upgraded plastic tokens, but then I thought, no, I did get upgraded plastic tokens. They came as part of a stretch goal. But I didn't get... Was that upgraded resource tokens? Was that a thing? Quickly looks at the thing. I don't see that here. On the quick page that I was looking at, but I can't remember. Alright. The last of the boxes. And boy, it's a big one. Look, it's bigger than the size of my head. So if you knew how big my head was, you know, you would have a good comparison. This is what they called the Ultimate box. Ultimate Croft box. It's just a bigger box with lots of storage space and stuff inside it so that you can put all of the, I was going to say DLC, the expansions and stuff in it. It's got Crystal Dynamics thing on there and Iconic Studios, who are the people who actually made it. Crystal Dynamics just officially licensed it. Or it was officially licensed from them because that was who had it at the time. There we go. More plastic for the bin. let's hold it up and read off the back. Set off on an unforgettable expedition. Tomb Raider, The Crypt of Chronos brings Lara Croft's legendary adventures to your tabletop in a thrilling, all-new solo journey. Drawing inspirations from the iconic video game series, this epic board game immerses you in a world of discovery and untold dangers. Explore the mysterious island of Carios in search of an artifact said to control the very fabric of time. Lara must navigate the treacherous terrain, evade deadly traps, and confront an enemy from her past. One modern Lara, one classic Lara, 14 enemies, 3 bosses, and 1 boulder, the miniatures. 32 level tiles, 19 game tiles, 1 Lara board, 1 island board, 1 craft bench, loads of tokens and dice, loads of cards, 1 rulebook, 1 adventure book, and 9 secret envelopes, 15 tracker cubes, and 1 save box. Let's open it and see what is inside, he said, trying desperately to actually open it. You know, it's stuck pretty... it's stuck pretty well together. I mean, there's no stickiness on it, it's just hard to get out of it. Come on. I don't want to pull it and damage the box. That is part of my problem. There we go. Put the box down over. If I had, you know, shelves in the background or something, I could put that up. Alright, we've got 1 big as the box. Well, just smaller than the box size. How to play. Showing off all the exciting things. How many cards, what you've got, how to play the game, save progress, island campaign mode. That is, there is, where is it? There is like a regular mode and then a campaign mode, or where you can build up the island as you go. The other mode has a set island. I assume save progress is take a picture. I mean, I don't know. There's a save progress box. And then look, we got achievements at the back, so you can unlock all of the things. And then quick guide on the back for all the enemies and stuff for what's going on there. Let's put you down over here with the map. Do not fall over. Nope, you've fallen onto the floor immediately. Well done, book. You're too slippy for me. There we go. Next, we have another book. The Crypt of Chronos, and I assume this is where all the adventures are. Yes, it's the adventure book. He said, hoping that this was actually in frame and seeing, because, you know, my monitor is right in front of me. But yeah, there we go. Yes, this is Lara doing. They've only got 1 pose for Lara, and that's the one that we've seen on the on the other things as well, where she's got her 2 pistols out. They've only got that pose for her. That's her pose for all of these pictures. All of the generic pictures in here. Like she's just there doing her... I'm in the same pose again! You can't stop posing like that. I wonder if that's the pose of the miniature as well. And yes, these are just showing off. These are just, hey, this is how you do all of this stuff. And then there are challenges as well as... I was going to say as well as challenges. As well as the achievements ones. So each individual level has like 2 challenges. Like here, chapter 1, the name's Croft, and you start out with a specific loadout. Silent Sting, you wear the cat suit, you have the ability to distract, and you have 6 resources. And then you try and beat the level like that. There we go, I just flipped to a random page. You see the two challenges in the bottom bit there, and then there's all the rules of the game there for that level, and there. Put you down with the same place. There we go. All right, this looks like the save box to me. It's Lara's backpack. I'll push it and build it up, but I'm not going to do that just now. Then we have a bunch of tokens, all in their sheets ready to be punched out, including the neon exit sign, which is on every jungle, so that you can get out of there. And look, here's the boulder token. I'm hoping the boulder miniature is in here somewhere. Oh, sandwiched in between a set of tokens, or between two layers of tokens. We have. I assume those are the bosses, because that's a bear. It doesn't say boss on the back of it. Interesting. Is the bear not a boss? Let's open this and have a look. The Croft of Kryptos. Do you say boss on the back of them? You do say boss on the back of the bear. So what's this last one? Ah, okay. These, let's say Crypt of Chronos on the back, are actually 3 different layouts for the crypt. Yeah. All right. Okay. So you will find different crypts, and then we've got a bear boss. Come on, focus. All right. Well, that'll do. Paul March, and Nat Queen. 22 health. Not as much health as the T-Rex. Wait, was it the T-Rex who had 25? Who had 25? Whoever we looked at had 25 health. Not as much health, but they've got more health than Natla. Which, maybe that's, I was going to say a good thing, but that's not quite what I mean. Here we have a bunch of tokens, resources, the treasures, and then generic resources of, not generic resources, non-generic resources of oil and scrap and cloth. And then you've got, what are they? Are they ticks on a map? I'm not sure what they're for. And then stands to make things. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got those. Now, while we're looking at those, we've got a stretch goal token pack which came with it, which are replacements for some of those tokens in an upgraded form. Now, if I could just open this pack, we can see, look, we've got a load of tiny little gems, which I assume are going to replace the ticky map markers, seeing as it seems to be about the same sort of thing. You can see that's a tick on a map. Yeah, I assume that's that. And then we've got another set where we've got, yeah, we've got, let's take them out of the shiny packaging. We've got markers for loudness. Did you make a noise? And did you get spotted? Man, why can't I open this? And then some other tokens, which I'm not sure exactly what they are, but they're, here we are. Here's seen, unseen, so that you can, they're reasonably thick. They're thicker than the tiles. And then we've got noise. You made noise. Oh, let's put that the right way up. It's a Phonopolis or Phonopolis. Phonopolis. So yeah, and that's just the same on the back. Same deal. And then we've got these ones, which are like little, I don't know, castles on them? Maybe they're meant to be a tomb, and then they've got a different thing on the back. That one seems to be 3 dice. And then like this one has a key on the back of it. And we've got cardboard versions of these tokens that are down here in the bottom corner, which I'll show you in just a second as soon as I can take these off, pick up the cardboard again. Yeah. Uh, these things here, when you can see they've all got different things on the back as well, and you can see we've got the 3 dice and the key one that I showed before. So yeah. And then the others are weapons and outfits and abilities. So yeah, we've got replacement tokens for those. I thought there was also plastic tokens for the resources, though I might be wrong in that regard because I can't see anything of that anywhere. That I did not. If there were, I did not pay for those because I did not want those. But yeah, I'm happy with these cardboard punch-out things, which will be a lot of fun. Now we have just a piece of cardboard separating things from other things. And underneath that, we have, yep, it's the same pose for the Lara board. Oh. Yeah, I was going to say, that says ability backwards and upside down, but it says that because this is a fold-out board. Like that. And it's on the other side when you close it like that. There you go. So it's, I don't know if there's anything different here. Let's see, outfit, weapon. Outfit, weapon, then we've got move, hide, search, research, melee, dodge. No, they all appear to be the same. It appears to be the same on both sides. It's just, I mean, for some reason it will be upside down on one. That's interesting. And then we've got a craft bench where we can craft an outfit, abilities, and that's a place for our dice during the game because that's where they'll go. And yeah, that tells us how to do it, and that's where we'll store like the stuff that can be crafted, the decks on there. Then we have, aha, here we go. Here is the map of the place. And as you can see, these are the tokens that I wasn't sure about. Now that I think about it, I believe you have to visit these places and you need to find a key in order to be able to access the crypt. So you never know which one of these 6 places is going to have the key on it. As you can see, there's one there, there's another one down there, and there's some further into the island. So you know you'll shuffle them up and put them down on there, and then you'll get the key when you'll go to each of the places and search it and see if you get the key. Then you can see you've got different things. You've got the jungle and a desert, and up here mountains. And who knows where the crypt is exactly? Doesn't seem to show. But yeah. There we are. And then, there's a compass. No, yeah, there is a kind of compass at the top here. And you can't see that. Maybe if I get in there, it's got numbers around it, 1 through 6. So presumably, hey, those things need to move, roll a d6 and see where it's going. And then, we have a bunch of miniatures here. There we go. We've got soldiers at the top. And on the side, we've got presumably, the Polarks there. Oh, there's Alara. Let's at least get out Alara and compare and see what she's like. I'm not sure which version of Lara that is. I assume that is classic, because the other one is here, and it's that same pose again. So yeah, there are two Lara miniatures, and I assume that is modern. I mean, I guess yeah, she is wearing more of the survivor-esque sort of clothing from that sort of one. Yeah, let's compare her to. Wow, Lara is almost as tall as a dinosaur. As a T-Rex. My goodness, she's like meters and meters tall. Amazing. Who would have thought? She doesn't really dual wield in the games. Nope, that is true. She dual wields at the end of the very first game, doesn't she? At the end of the first Survivor game, and then they go, "No, you're not gonna be using dual pistols in the next one. We're not gonna do it." So yeah, uh, two Laras. I was gonna say side by side, but it's difficult for me to actually get them side by side. But yeah, two different Lara miniatures. Okay, all of the sculpts are the same, or like I have two of these snake miniatures, but they both look identical. Come on, focus on the snake, not on my hand. My hand doesn't matter. Ugh. Go on. Curled around the thing. I'll be interested to see how similar that is to the Gorgon with its snake bottom, whether it's curled around that in the same manner. And we got Archer. And ooh, the spear's a little floppy. I mean, it's not going to be moving, but what I mean is it's not entirely straight. It's just a bit bendy. It's just a bit bent. We got a wolf, and I got two of those, and they look identical. And then we've got two different. I've got three of each of two different sculpts of soldiers for Natla's team coming in. Come on, focus on the. There we go. That one. Got a rifle ready. And this one. Oh no, has a grenade launcher of some description. Go on. What if I do that? That's better. So yeah. Fun. And then we've got the bosses. We've got the bear. Loads of arrows sticking out of that bear, unfortunately. Those are pretty big arrows. I don't know, how do they compare to that? So it obviously wasn't those guys, because look, they've got really thin arrows. So somebody else has been on the island taking pot shots at the bear. There we are, there's Natla. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to desperately remember what Natla looked like at the end of the first game, because it's been a while since I played the very first games. I don't really remember her just being a person who sprouted wings. Maybe she was. I thought she had some other transformation. Maybe not. And there's our Polach with shield and sword. Oh, okay, it's one of those swords. I thought it doesn't go to a point, but no, it's not meant to go to a point. It's one of those swords with a sort of bluntish kind of end or hooked sort of end. So yeah, there's all of those. I will put the lid back on. Next on our delve into this, he said, trying to find a place for it. That will do. Is the most important thing of all. It's an empty box where you can put all of the dinosaur enemies and the Croftman and stuff. Is there a space for Winston? I'm not sure. I guess one of these must be a space for Winston, but I'm not sure which ones. Aha! Here we have the most important, the boulder miniature. I mean, I'm going to say everything is the most important now, obviously, aren't I? But yeah, there's the boulder miniature. We saw the token earlier, but now we have a miniature. And that's got its own little compartment in here. As we've got, here's the bottom of the box. And you can see everything fits in there, and we've got spaces for other things to go in. Well, first of all, it's a exciting six-sided die. Just regular with 3 and 4 on there. Just some games I have seen do weird things with their dice, where the 3 and the 4 is not on the set, is not opposite one another. It's different. We have a nice cloth bag for putting all of the tokens in and then drawing them out at random. Oh, we have a bunch of cubes. Red cubes. Maybe those are meant to be replaced by the red star sort of gem-shaped things. I can't remember, but we got cubes anyway. For cubes, for reasons that I'm sure are very relevant cubes. What else have I got? I have dice. These are the core of the game. You start each turn with 6 dice, and then you assign the dice to actions, and you roll them. And depending on what you roll on the dice, that is determines how well you did the action. But you've only got 6 dice each turn, and then you can craft these special dice, which are slightly better, but they're one use. So at the end of a turn, you would discard any of those that you had used. But these are upgraded tomb dice, which came with the thing. This is another. Wow, this doesn't want to open. There we go. I was distending the plastic on there, but yeah, all right. We've got upgraded tomb dice. Oh, that's a shame. All right, I hadn't seen that. We have. Look, this is the yellow die, which we just. You know what? I'll get out another die. I'll get out one of each of the dice for comparison. I was saying that was a shame because I found a D6, because we've got a D6, so they upgraded that. These are the tomb dice, that's what they're called. That's the upgraded version. But look, it's not filled in. I prefer it when there's like a colour inside there. And they didn't fill that in, which I just think is odd. But yeah, here we have. Let's see if I can get this to line up. Here we are. These ones, these big tomb dice, or these tomb dice, are much bigger than these smaller standard dice. They've still got the same faces on them, he said, hoping he could show by. No, I can't quite. I haven't quite lined it up. But yeah, they've still got the same faces on them. But these, look at the difference in size. It's quite a lot. But yeah, these ones. This has there's. It's been like drilled into so that shape is there and then painted on. And these ones have been like drilled into as well, so that the thing is in there. But then they've just had want to say brush wash. I'm not really sure. There's some, like, there's a little bit of colour in them, but there's not as much, so it doesn't stand out as much, obviously, on there. But yeah, they feel pretty light, plasticky. They don't have a gritty feel to them or anything like I might expect from dice that have been sitting in a tomb or made out of stone or anything. I wasn't really expecting anything like that. But yeah, got a different set of, as I say, deluxe tomb dice that came separate from the package. It was in the Kickstarter, obviously, but not there. When you suddenly need to play Pandemic in the middle of the game. Yeah, maybe. Give me 1 second while I just start up a thing so that my headphones don't cut off again. You'll do. You can't hear any of that, but there is now minor amounts of sound in the background for me. All right, we've seen the exciting bag. What we haven't seen is, oh my goodness, a pack of tiles. I'm gonna need this. This one. These have been. No, maybe I don't. I do. There we go. That just made a hole in them. Let's see what we got going on here. These are nice thick tiles again, just like the the Croft Manor, and they are double-sided. Do they have numbers on them? They do. Yep. Okay. So they're all numbered in the bottom corner as well. There's number 1, number 2, as you can see. They're different. I presume these ones are mountain tiles. Yeah, because these look like sort of frost and snow sort of things. And on the back we've got deserts. Let's see more mountains for that one. More deserts. And then mountains on the back. Ah, skull! No! That's where an enemy will come in. So yeah, we've got a bunch of different. Just gonna pick one up around. There we go. Look, it's a wall. You can see a wall. How exciting! And then you can see a wall, but now the sand. Ah. So yeah, and then we have a second pack of tiles, which have jungle on one side, and then I guess the tomb on the other, or interior. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure what that would be the words of. There we go. I have opened it, hopefully without damaging any of them. But yeah. Whee. Tile number 1. I'm holding these upside down, aren't I? Yeah, we got the interior. Yes, even though the 1 is there because it's not in the bottom corner. There we go. And there's tile number 2. With more. And look, another skull with a shot in the head. Or rather, oh, that's interesting. Not all the tiles, or rather, like that is tile 1. That has skull 1 on it, and that also has skull 1 on it, but neither of them have skulls on the back of them. So they're all 2 does not always mean skull number 1. So you have some variation depending on what 16 tiles you'll have out because it's a 4x4 grid. Yeah, that's that's interesting. That skull is upside down. I guess because that is a wall at the top there, so they need to be facing in that direction, so they're not just staring blankly at a wall when they spawn in. Although that might indeed be pretty um, uh, might be applicable to the game. That's not it. What's the word I'm thinking of there? Might be representative of the game. Sometimes things were just staring at walls. Yeah, there we got another one. And on the back. Oh, look. That's got a different number on the back on the skull. The other one said 5. This says 3. Ah. And yeah, they're all. Just to pick another one. There's some traps. Or there's some punji pits that you cannot go over rather than traps. And on the back of that is a load of statues that you're looking down on. I wouldn't want to go there. Well, yes, I would, because it'd be a fun adventure. What else have we got in here? We've got. Oh, there they are. What was I going to say? We've got our envelopes. That is what I was looking for. I was thinking, they're missed. But no. We have a bunch of envelopes to open with, when you've done the challenges again. 3, 6, 9, 12, 16. We're not counting up in threes. Okay. 20. 25. Oh my goodness, we're counting up in higher numbers. 30. Is this going to be 36 or 35? Place your bets now. It's 35. Well, there we go. So new things to open, and they're sealed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those. And look, it came wrapped in a band. Ooh, exciting. All of the secrets here spoiled. Alright, well, I can't put those back in the band. And then we've got another deck of cards. I mean, that's all we've got left now. Decks of cards to look at. Inside this, we've got, research. So we can do research, and you can get abilities like move to any cleared space. Or you could do some research and reveal a castle. I don't know what they would call them. Or, there's another reveal a castle one. Or, there's another reveal castle one. Or, you can skip a space. Now, I think those ones, because they, as you've seen, they're all like the island map. I think that means that they can all be used on the island. But this one, for instance, is a parchment, which allows you to re-roll a dice roll. So I think that is used during like the combat section. And those other ones, like skip a space. There we are. We've got 2 of them. Are used during exploration and moving around. So yeah. Ooh, research doesn't necessarily benefit you immediately. Okay. And yeah, the re-roll a die roll, dodge a trap, skip enemy movement phase. There we go. They're all lots of different things you can have happen during your. I was going to say during your turn, but obviously skip an enemy phase, skip an enemy step is not happening during your stage. And dodge a trap. I believe traps happen during the enemy phase as well. I don't know for certain. Come on. Go back into the plastic so that I can, look at it, get it out properly later. Or not properly is not the right word. Whee! I have managed to get it all in without any of them sticking together. And then we have, last but not least, big old thick deck of cards here, which contain all the weapons and presumably outfits. And is this going to contain the abilities? Do we have any more abilities? I don't know. I thought the abilities were smaller cards. Did I? They weren't in that bit. They weren't in that last deck that I looked at. You haven't read the rules, so I have no idea what there is in the game stuff. Ah. I am an idiot. Do not make the mistake I made. There is, in fact, I don't know if you can see that, a gold line all the way around for, you know, the thing where you find the end of the gold line and you pull it off. Except that doesn't appear to be working, so do make the mistake I made. I just... Right there, go down. Oh, I see. I see. You can see this? You can see the gold line doesn't start where the gold line, or the bit that to pull it off doesn't start where the gold line ends. See if I move. See, there's a little bit of gold line there. So do not look for the end of the gold line at the end of the gold line. That is not how this deck works, apparently. Why would you not put it at the end of there? Alright, we got a huge number of cards. I'm going to just grab a handful. Here we go. Let's see what we've got. We have... Ooh, action, more abilities. Let's grab all the abilities out, he said. And then we'll look at that. There we go. Abilities. Well, you can get the ability of discovering things, which doesn't... You get no action if you don't roll any successes, and if you roll 2, you choose 1, and you choose to add a resource, and if you roll 4, you can choose to add 3 resources. And then, oh, here's another one, dismantle. No action if you roll no successes. And then, cool. You may swap 2 resources for random new ones if you roll at least 1 success. Or is that for every 1 success? I don't know. And you can gather things, no action, or shuffle 1 removed event card back into the event deck. Wow. A lot of new different abilities that you could find. Ooh. There's one here that you can use during the enemy phase called Escape. I'm not going to look at it any closer than that, but now I know that. Isn't that exciting? Alright, then we've got... we've got all the enemies. Oh, wait, that's the advanced side. But yeah, there we are. Because I can see the standard side on my side. Yeah, we've got all the different enemies. So we can see Wolf and Snake, Enforcer and Grenadier, and Hoplite and Archer. Or they're just Protectors, Natla Tech, and Wildlife, depending on whether you have advanced or standard enemies. And we got more event/invader cards, which are the ones which we saw before spawned enemies. They don't just spawn enemies. See, look, the first 2 are enemy spawns. And then we've got a boulder, a trap. A trap has been sprung. It's a boulder. And you can either take damage or lose 3 resources and move 2 spaces. You cannot move back on yourself because you're running away. Oh my goodness. It's a picture of Lara, but not the same one that we've had all the way through. Oh my goodness. as you find fire. You can either jump over it or disarm it with 2 cloth. I guess smothering it. And oh my goodness, another one. Another picture of Lara, but not in the same one we've seen before. Look at that, a rope. Again, 2 damage, or destroy 1 oil and 1 one event / invader card. Yeah, and there's loads and loads of stuff in there. Lots of different events and things. Spawn enemies, traps. Oh, good ones. Take 1 weapon, outfit, or ability. Where did I put the cards? I was going to say, and now I found them. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of those. Oh, there's even more. I didn't separate them out properly. Ah, all right, and now we have jungle cards. There we are. It says jungle, and then on the other side we have maps. And that's a small one. That's only a 3x3. Destroy, and then it's got special rules, and then it's got 6 something on there. Object, destroy the barrier. Oh, I see. You gonna focus on that rather than my face? Can't really see that. It's got 6 health. So you have to destroy that barrier, and then you get rewarded with 3 bullets. And I believe this is the way that you play it if you're doing I want to say the non-campaign way. The other way. Like one of them has set places, and then the other one it's, hey, you've come into the jungle. Here's a place in the jungle that you're at. Here we are. Yeah, here's another one. We've got learn. There's no special rules, but that one is 2x4 rather than 4x4 or 3x6. And the objective there, to find at least 1 investigation on tiles 15 and 16. On tiles 15 and 16. Okay. And you get rewarded with 2 resources of your choice. Starts watching a video. Wait, that's all. Stops watching video. And then there we go. We got mountains, and then that's much of that's all the same sort of thing. Here we are. Oh no, I happen to have found the boss stage in the mountains. Boo! Maybe there'll be a T-Rex up in the mountains. Maybe it'll be a Gorgon, but she'll be up in the mountains where it's cold, and she's got lizard blood. So, maybe there should be something else happening. Yeah. There we go. We've got another one. Escape is the objective there. Skate. You can only move in straight lines. Oh my goodness, because it's so snowy and icy up there. And presumably we've got a desert next. Yes, dessert. Mmm. Make a lovely dessert. We have another destroy the barrier thing here. That's a 3x3. So you can only move Lara. You can only move once per Lara phase. So I guess it must be, hot and sweaty. And then, I found the boss one again. And look at that. That actually looks like a boss arena. It's still it's not 3x3. It's 3x3 with also a 1 stuck at the bottom to come into there. But unfortunately for us, there's no real, health and ammo packs around there like it would be in a computer game. They don't want you to feel like that. And then got a bunch of tombs. Tomb maps. Here we are. There's an artifact. Or an artifact tomb. There we go. And the special rules is you need to push a boulder onto a tile, and you get as a reward you get one of those castle thingies, which could be a key or could be resources or whatever. Oh, there's another one. There's another artifact. Maybe I've got lucky with picking out the artifact ones for the tomb here. I don't know. I only draw one event card if there are no enemies, because it's slow in the tomb. And then, at the end of this, we have all of Lara's exciting stuff. We have the outfits she can wear. It's the classic bomber jacket from Tomb Raider 2. Failed dice are not discarded. Here we are. Immortal Guardian from Rise of the Tomb Raider. Take less damage from traps. If only you would focus on that. Focus! Why won't you focus? Alright, never mind. Let's pick this one. And here we are from the first of the reboots. Survivor. You've got more health if you wear that outfit. We'll look at one more outfit. Ooh. From Tomb Raider, the Angel of Darkness. Camo. You can equip a third weapon. And there we go. And guess what we're going to be looking at next? Yes, you guessed it right. It's weapon. Not weapons, but weapon. Singular. Of course, the first one in the thing here is dual pistols. Come on, focus. 4 ammo, can shoot at things in spaces 1 or 2 in front of you. Does 1 damage, but is noisy. And dice must be rolled in pairs. I'm glad they corrected that, because they said during the Kickstarter they had dice must be rolled in 2, 4, or 6. Which, given that because you have 6 dice per Lara phase, but then you can craft more dice, so you could craft it so that you had 8 or 10, and that would have been, confusing if you could only roll 2, 4, or 6, but you had 8 dice. Oh, here we have. I don't know what this is from. A spectral rifle, where you cannot shoot in the first 3 in front of you, but you can shoot in the other 3, the 3 after that. Does create noise, as you can see in the top corner there, and it does 3 damage, but it only has 2 ammo. Yeah, you don't spend ammo when you're shooting. You only spend ammo when you want to do more damage. It's like you can spend ammo to increase the amount of damage you do, I believe. Oh, and here we have a flamethrower. Prometheus Flame. Hits all of the squares around it. You must roll at least 3 dice. And there you go. You got 5 ammo for that. Anything else exciting that I was going to show off? No, there's nothing else. Well, I mean, there's lots of other things in there, but yeah. Nothing that immediately grabbed my attention while I was looking at it. And one last thing I want to do, just to see, is lift up the bottom of the box and see if there's anything, written on the bottom or hidden underneath it. No. Because, I know occasionally things do that. Games do that. Such as Risk Legacy had a bunch of stuff underneath all of the game box. But that was a legacy game, so I don't know. But yeah, there we go. That is a look at everything that came in my copy of the Tomb Raider box. Tomb Raider, the Crypt of Chronos. The only thing I didn't get, as I said, was the 8-inch Lara statue. So yeah. And I don't know. I thought there was plastic. Maybe the plastic tokens that I got, these ones, were the only ones which were meant to come with the game. But I thought there was one for resources as well. Maybe it was just these. It doesn't matter. I was not fussed either way. That's not something that I wanted. But yeah, we've got lots of exciting stuff to see how they see how it plays. Lots of exciting new Lara content. So yeah, that is all of the stuff that's in here, and presumably what I'm going to be spending the next, well, I don't know, the rest of the day doing. I'm not. I've got other things to do, unfortunately. So yeah, but this is what I've got here. So yeah. I don't have I don't no I was gonna say I don't know if I'm gonna do another game now, an actual game rather than just this unboxing, which has taken like 2 hours to go over almost. But no, I don't think I have it in me to do a game as well, because it would be another crab's treasure, and I don't think I have just fighting my way through endless wave upon wave of enemies as I continually die and lose all of the microplastics there. But no, I hope this has been entertaining for you with all of these things that we have going on here with this Crypt of Chronos box. I mean, obviously not the best that I could have done. I mean, it was the best I could have done, but what I mean is I didn't have like camera set up properly to see it all over the place because I don't have those resources. This is just where it is. This is the ultra professional setup that I have. Still, I have had fun looking at all the things that are in here, and I hope that you out there, have at least learned something or enjoyed what I've done here, because, you know, the fact that you were here at all, whether live and in person or later on the VOD, means that you, you are amazing. Never let anybody tell you anything different. I have heard some horror stories, or you know, a couple of people have posted on the Kickstarter saying, "Oh, I didn't get what I thought I was going to get," or "Oh, there were things missing," or "Oh, the people who delivered my box beat it all up." But no, this one has come in pretty well. I haven't noticed any damage on any of the stuff that's been in here, and everything that I expected to come has come. So you know, that's great. The fact I might have got, if I mean, I might have got annoyed that this was an empty thing if I hadn't already seen the other boxes. If this was like at the top of my thing, I might have gone, "Oh no, it's all empty. They've forgotten to put them in there." But no, it looks like everything is where it should be. So huzzahs for that. Huzzahs! Ah, but now is the time where I am going to say thank you for having been here. Uh, we will. I want to say I will be back tomorrow, but tonight is the Fabula Ultima game on Steam Still Murder, tabletop RPGing. So I will be there for that. And then I would like to say, as I say, I would like to say I will be back tomorrow for more of some form of gaming. But I don't know whether I will still be awake or not. I hope so. Tomorrow, my morning, after the late night. So yeah, that is that, I guess. So all I can say is until the next time, I right here have been Richard, and this whole thing around us, why that has been LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels, and you, specifically you, have fun and stay weird.